What to play? What to play? No. Maybe. Not right now. What about this one? What's this game?
BirdGut is a game released in 2019, developed by Micah Browser. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. That is one of the best free platforming games I have ever played. It's hand-drawn, and that's what I love about it. Any game that is hand-drawn, even if it's like not the best game, it doesn't have very good story, doesn't have very good gameplay, you could still respect the amount of effort that was put into making that game. Now, BirdGut is a platforming game, a 2D platforming game, that features a bee that, when it was being developed in the hive, it got misformed and became a social outcast and got kicked out of the hive. After it gets kicked out of the hive, it wanders around for a little bit until it gets eaten by the bird, hence the name BirdGut. Now, just that story alone, that beginning part, seems a little bit weird, but it gets a lot weirder, don't worry. You realize, as you enter the bird, that the bird's insides aren't really insides, but it's a machine. And it's hypnotizing bugs that it eats to do what the bird wants it to. After you go inside the bird, and bugs start getting hypnotized, you don't get hypnotized. It talks about how capable a bug is. You get scanned, and you see the bugs in front of you and behind you get scanned, and you see that the one in front of you is capable and goes to work somewhere in the bird's system. It describes you as incapable, and you get put to the stomach. Now, I think that's a great part about BirdGut, the humor in the game. A lot of it comes from the funny visuals, but I think the extra step of having, like, just humorous dialogue. Like, when you get kicked out of the hive, the bees are, like, talking about you, and they're like, wow, we can't have this thing in our hive. And then he uses a broom to sweep you out of the hive, and then you splat on the floor. I think that's a great form of comedy. But as the story progresses, you enter the stomach, and you start to do the gameplay element of BirdGut, which is the platforming and puzzle game that it really is. Now, I wouldn't say that this game is for everyone, because in reality it's not. Not everybody likes platformers, not everybody likes puzzle games, but I really think that if you like either one of those things, you'll love this game. Because there are a lot of times where the platforming can be tricky, there's times when the puzzles can be difficult, but once you figure them out, you feel so smart. And the thing is, this game is not very long. On my first playthrough, it probably took me like an hour and a half. And that's without knowing, like, where to go, what to do. And I still completed it in that short period of time. I played it again, and I completed it in about, like, an hour, I think. So definitely a lot of difference there. As you move on from the stomach, you keep on going through the bird, you meet this tribe, I would call them. I think it's an encampment, really, of these bugs that have not been brainwashed. The reason why they haven't been brainwashed is because they wear tinfoil hats. And they see you as their god. Their person that doesn't have to wear a hat, yet still doesn't get brainwashed. And so they task you with a mission. They want you to travel through the bird, completing puzzles and everything, and then explode it. Explode the bird. So, you kind of just have to agree with them. There's nothing that you can do to disagree with them. You can't talk back to them, because I guess your character's that stupid. You continue on going, and as you continue on moving through the stomach and the other parts of the bird, you find a lot of new bugs that you can fight. I think one of my favorite puzzles after you talk to the people, the encampment, is one where you get to control a crane inside the bird and then stack up boxes to make this jump. That took me by surprise when I saw it, and I thought it was really funny. Being able to to get on top of a crane inside of a bird and then stack up boxes just to complete a puzzle. I think that's hilarious. But after that, you just keep on moving throughout the bird. Now, there are, I think, 3 main sections that I really love in BirdGut. Like, 3 main areas. One part is this ocean area, where you have to do platforming, while if you stand still for too long, a giant worm comes out of the acid that you're platforming across and eats you. Not even joking about that. A big thing that I've heard that a lot of people don't like about this game is how the character that you're playing as has 1 health. They can't, there's no way they can take more than 1 hit. But I think that really serves to enrich the life that you have. Because yes, there are checkpoints constantly. Like, if you die, probably at the same section that you died at, there will be a checkpoint. There are that many checkpoints. So, dying doesn't really matter. If you die in BirdGut, you get knowledge. And I think that really plays into another one of my favorite levels, which is this level where you have to go onto a platform that's moving. It's moving at a constant speed. It actually stops quite a bit. But you need to keep up with it. You have to ride it and do platforming at the same time. And a lot of people hate that level, because they're like, oh, if I die, I have to completely restart, and there's one part where there's no possible way that you could see that coming. Except they could, because there's a sign that says something's coming. But even if you die on that one, and believe me, that one took me a long time. Like, when I first played the game, that level probably took me 10-15 minutes. But when I played for it the second time, I beat it on the first try. Because the platforming's not that hard. It's the knowledge of what you need to do that's the difficult part. And that kind of plays into the puzzle game element. My third favorite level comes before you meet the people that want you to explode the bird. It's one where you have to ride a boat and be constantly giving it fuel that you find by doing platforming challenges. And it's not necessarily an original idea, but I think it's done so well in BirdGut, because that's one of the beginning levels of the game, and it really helps you learn what the game has to offer. There are a lot of areas in which you as a character get to learn new things about how the game works just from that level. It's almost like a tutorial level. It's really interesting how one level that's not even that far into the game can tell you what you're getting into in that game. Basically everything. Yet being so simple. Because that level, it's not hard. Each time you need to do a platform challenge, the boat stops for you while it waits for more fuel. So there's not really any downside to trying again. There's not really any downside if you die. My next thing that I really love about the game comes after those levels, comes after everything, is at the end, after you explode the bird, it rains down credits. And it's not necessarily a hard way of doing credits. It's not necessarily a unique way. But I like it. So you know that those credits are going to be that way. It's kind of like, oh, that's really cool. But when you first see it, you don't really get why it's cool. You don't have the knowledge to know why that plays into the game so well. Until you play it again, and again. not only like knowing what to do and being able to complete the game faster and faster, but they're also secrets. Now these secrets can be unlocked by just going to different areas in the game. And those areas are easily accessible, they're not very hard to get to. But if you do get to them, you're rewarded. It rewards you for exploring. Now, after you get all the secrets and you complete the game and everything, is there really a reason to keep playing this game? Yes, there is. There's many reasons to play this game. Just like that little bit at the beginning that I was talking about, how he brushes you out of the hive. Or just even the fact how derpy the character looks. That will never cease to make me laugh. It's so funny. And another part of the replay value is just seeing how much you've learned. It is a pretty original story as well. Like, it's not something you see often where a disformed bee gets swallowed by a bird and then gets non-hypnotized, even though all the bugs that also got eaten got hypnotized, and then he has to escape the bird and blow it up. That is a very original story, and it's very weird. And it's definitely not something you'll see every day. But the way that it's done with the hand-drawn format, and the way that it's done with the music as well, the music in this game is incredible. And the sound effects as well. Each time you die, it makes a little splat sound effect. But to end off this video, I really love BirdGut. I think it's an amazing game, probably the best free platform I have ever played, and I think that you guys should try it. It's a very quick game, you can finish it in like an hour and a half on your first playthrough. The secrets are incredible to find. There's so much to do in this game. The comedy is amazing. I've already mentioned that. There's this one gag where you crawl into a milk pipe. It's a pipe to like a milk machine. And you crawl into it, and you go on the other side. And you see that it's leading into like this pile of trash, and into this like diner. Now there's two bugs in the diner eating. But you can just walk right past them. It kind of subverts your expectations, because you think that they're going to fight you. You think that they're going to try and stop you, but they don't. They just continue eating. There are a lot of other amazing puzzles in the game, like the pipe puzzles where you have to click on the different pipes to make them rotate into a pipe that you can crawl through. But I think that that is something that you should experience for yourself. I wouldn't say it's for everybody, but if you like funny games, if you like platforming games, if you like puzzle games, you'll love BirdGut. It's such an amazing game that is definitely worth your time. But that's going to wrap up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you do, please check out BirdGut.